We have a massive opportunity in front of us, and time is running out, and so I'm going to be explaining what I mean by that. I've been in cryptocurrency since 2017. I've been through multiple bull runs, and I am going to show you where I think the most gains are going to be made. Right? I mean, Bitcoin is definitely the safest play out of all cryptocurrencies. However, altcoins are going to provide the best returns. I'm expecting to have a 10x return at minimum on my portfolio. And so I'm going to be going over multiple different altcoins that I think will provide some of the best returns out there. And so if you enjoy this type of content, do me a favor and hit the like button and subscribe for future videos. And so I am also hearing rumors of multiple states and nations looking into Bitcoin as a strategic reserve asset. We are seeing the Bitcoin reserve on exchanges falling down to the lowest it has ever been, right? And so there's only going to be 21 million Bitcoin that are ever going to exist. And so as more and more people start buying Bitcoin, it is going to turn into a big competition. And so that's going to drive the price of Bitcoin up. However, that money is going to start flowing into altcoins, and we're going to see bigger gains there. And so let's go ahead and jump right into it here. Let's take a look at the price of Bitcoin, currently just above $86,000. And so this has been going up significantly over the last couple of days. And so if you're interested in trading on WEEX Exchange here, this is one of the best platforms out there. This is my go-to platform. They have many different altcoins on here, from small to big altcoins, and then they also offer futures trading. Right now they have a welcome bonus going on where you can earn a free $100 of USDT just by signing up using your email and phone number. And so there is no KYC required on this platform, and then you can also earn up to another $20,000 of a bonus just by completing some of the tasks below. And so let's go ahead and take a look at this. As I mentioned, the balance on exchanges of Bitcoin is continuing to fall at a fast pace here. As the price of Bitcoin is increasing, more and more people are taking their Bitcoin off of exchanges. Right, we're seeing Michael Saylor buy a lot of Bitcoin. He just released news this morning that $2 billion of Bitcoin was purchased. The BlackRock ETF is also continuing to accumulate more and more Bitcoin. Just last week, in one day, $1 billion of Bitcoin. And so that is only going to continue as you see the price of Bitcoin go up. And so we also have Tether here as well, right? I mean, as they continue to print more and more Tether, as this is pegged to a 1-to-1 value of the US dollar here, as this increases, that just shows the amount of money flowing into crypto is continuing to increase as well. And so we can see over the last 7 days here, we went from $120 billion all the way up to $123.6 billion. And so we saw about $3.6 billion of money flow into USDT. And so that's something that's very bullish as well. And so now let's go ahead and talk about the phases here. And so I'm sure you have all seen this chart here, Bitcoin, right? And then it goes into Ethereum, then large caps, then alt season. And so right now we're still in phase 1 right here. And so the reason this happens is because people see the price of Bitcoin around $86,000 right now. And then they feel like they missed the boat, right? Maybe they're a little late to getting into cryptocurrencies. However, if they look at Ethereum or other large caps, they look to be down significantly. And those look like good opportunities. And so Bitcoin could push up to $100,000, and then we'll start seeing that money flow through Ethereum and then altcoins. This happens every single cycle. I know it doesn't feel like it right now, but it will happen over the next month or 3 months. It's really going to depend on when Bitcoin starts cooling off, or when Ethereum starts seeing massive inflows in the ETF, right? The ETF already exists. And so once the ETF inflows start increasing from Bitcoin to Ethereum, then we're going to start seeing altcoins do very well, right? I mean, this phase between Ethereum, large caps, and alt season happens very quickly. It's just the transition from Bitcoin to Ethereum here. Once that takes place, you'll start seeing a lot of people start buying altcoins. You'll see more discussion about those. And so I want to be ahead of everyone else, right? Right now, everyone's focus is on Bitcoin. However, I've been accumulating large caps and altcoins. And so I'm going to be going over those here. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the total 3 market cap. This is all altcoins, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum, divided by Bitcoin. And so we can see back in 2017, this is altcoin season right here. You can see the massive spike, right? Same in 2021 here. We can see, again, this massive spike. However, you can see where we're at right now. We have broken to the upside of this consolidation right here. However, we have not had that massive spike yet. And so that is coming. We can see that in 2017 and 2021 it happened, and it will happen again here. And so the altcoins that I am personally looking into here, the first one is Batzer. This is focusing on AI. This is the leader in AI. They have multiple subnets out there. And this is a cryptocurrency here that I think is very solid. This is a cryptocurrency that's going to do well. We have seen a lot of investment firms talking about, but Tether, Grayscale has this on their list of top AI plays. Now, the next cryptocurrency I want to talk about here is Ondo Finance. This is focusing on real world assets and tokenization. And so, Larry Fink has said many times that tokenization of assets is going to be the future. And so, Ondo Finance here is working very closely with BlackRock. And so we can see those down here, right? The transactions between BlackRock and Ondo Finance. And so we have a value of $6 million there. We have a value of $3.5 million there, $8 million here, $2 million there. And so they're working very closely with BlackRock, and I think that's very bullish moving forward. And so the next cryptocurrency I want to talk about here is Telcoin. Now, this had massive gains in 2021, right? I mean, this is one of the best performing crypto assets out there. And when we had this huge spike up here is when they were voting on LB 649. And so that was the passing the legislation for Telcoin to become a digital asset bank. And so now they are going to be voting on that, right? And so we have not had a massive spike up yet. However, starting on December 5th here, they're going to be holding a hearing to vote on the Nebraska Financial Innovation Act for Telcoin to become the first digital asset bank in Nebraska. And so from this date, they have 90 days to make a decision. And so it could be a while, right? I mean, this is just the hearing December 5th. However, depending on how the hearing goes, we could start receiving very bullish or bearish sentiment for the approval odds of Telcoin. So this is definitely something to be paying attention to. The next cryptocurrency I want to talk about here is Axon Down. Now, this is focusing on decentralized science. Decentralized science is a narrative that really was not around in 2021. And so this is a newer narrative. And Binance is really starting to look into decentralized science. And so I'm very bullish on Axon Down. They are getting very close to releasing a product that could really start setting this much higher. Now, this hit about $100 million market cap when it did launch. Right around 85 cents was the peak. And so it has pulled back down. We have been in this accumulation phase here. And this could be another very good opportunity. And so the last cryptocurrency I want to talk about here is Aerodrome Finance. Now, Coinbase has launched their own layer 2 base chain. And I think it's going to be very successful. I mean, if we go ahead and take a look at some information here on daily transactions, this is continuing to rise. Almost 50 million daily transactions on base chain. And so Aerodrome here is a product that is working with base chain. Coinbase actually owns Aerodrome themselves. And so I think that's very bullish, right? I mean, that shows where their head is at regarding this project. And I think this has a lot of upside potential. I would not be surprised to see this over $10 at the peak of the bull run, or even higher, depending on the success of base chain moving forward. And so I do believe that these cryptocurrencies will provide some of the best returns out there. And so I'm not saying that Bitcoin is not going to have massive gains moving forward, right? I mean, we already saw a move from $70,000 to $86,000 in just a couple of weeks. However, Bitcoin is going to get to a point where people see it at $120,000 and they're not sure how much more upside there is for Bitcoin. It could go to $200,000. But people become fearful to buy the top, right? They don't know if it's the top or not. And so that's when they start looking into Ethereum, right? I mean, Ethereum's lagging behind. Maybe it's down at $3,000 still, right? I mean, there's large caps out there that did not get a lot of attention. Or there's cryptocurrencies like Telcoin here, right? I mean, that saw a massive spike. They did pull back down, and now they're sitting back at rock bottom. And these could be very good opportunities. And so if you enjoyed this video, do me a favor and hit the like button and subscribe for future content. And make sure to check out the link underneath the video to WEEX Exchange if you're interested in claiming that free $100. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.